apparently we can't see them. Yeah, here we are, 5 days out from Xmas or Christmakis or Christmenos, as we have coined before in this show.
Live stream!
Way too much holiday cheer in my house. I don't know about you. I'm just trying to, fight the sadness, bro. Just fight that sadness.
Aww.
Thank you all for being here on YouTube and on Twitch. And in the future, if you're in the future listening as a podcast, do we make it? Number one, I always ask you that. Second, can you rate this podcast and give it 5 stars? That'd be really tight. I read all of your reviews. They're super, super sweet. And thank you so much for those super chats. David Hernandez, you're so funny. Love you. Likewise. I mean, I assume you are funny, but you're definitely lovable because you're here. And we've got such a good show for you today. Journalist Shane Bauer is here. We're going to talk all about that just like super light topic of Syria. I know some of you want to just like get your, your sort of like your tee-hees and your hoo-hoos out. They're the hoo-hoos, right? Anyway, we're talking about Syria. He's working on a new book, and we're also going to talk about Black Lives Matter demonstrators and police violence in small towns. He's got a new article out in the New Yorker about Vallejo, California. Also, comedian Ana Valenzuela is here. So excited to have her on the pod. First time. And thank you all again for being here. Remember to share the stream, like it, press the buttons, all the little bells, all the little whistles, turn on your notifications so you don't miss a beat. We have a Twitter account, @BituationPod, so we'll send out clips and announcements. So follow us on Twitter, Also, maybe I should just dedicate it to little kittens in scarves and lizards with top hats. If I just did that with the Twitter account, I feel like that would be more of a contribution to the online discourse than what is happening right now. A little bit of a foreshadowing of where we're going. But anyway, this show is, of course, free because #content, and that means you can donate, tip us, TBR-Live on Venmo, TBR Live on Cash App. Thank you so much for your tips. If you donate and tip us $20 or more, you get a shout-out. So thanks to Sarah W., David P., Juan V., Vern V., and Lexi D. Yeah. Thank you so much to everyone. And a portion of your tips this week, we're still focused on Georgia. Just get the Psycho Barbie, married to the stock exchange, Kelly Loeffler, out of the Senate. Just get her out, all right? As well as David, I can't even show up for my own debate, Purdue. And we are doing that by donating to Mi Gente, which is a Latinx organization that mobilizes immigrant organizations and communities. And Georgia, of course, has a huge Latino community. And they're working and knocking doors there, getting out the vote. And so we're going to donate a portion to Mi Gente. So please, TBR Live on Cash App, TBR-Live on Venmo. And thank you in advance. And let's just get into this week. What am I? What could I possibly be angry about this week? Oh, my God. If you were lucky enough to not care about Twitter, not have a Twitter handle, not know who Jimmy Dore is, bless your heart. You might just want to go make a sandwich right now. You might just want to go take a nap for 5 minutes. You might just want to do anything else. Because it's probably more productive. And I honestly don't want to talk about this, but I'm going to. Because it has a little bit to do with me and a little bit to do with my guest who I have on. But broadly, what I am bitching about is what to me is a pretty bald-faced, bad-faith attempt to divide the left at a time when we need to be coming together around fighting for the American people, when we need to be coming together to work with the progressive squad members that we've successfully gotten elected. No. Now is a time for purity politics. Now is a time, apparently, to antagonize our progressive allies in Congress, all over a floor vote over Medicare for all. So this is the discussion, right? Should the squad, specifically AOC, try to withhold their vote for Nancy Pelosi as Speaker and then force a vote for Medicare for All on the House floor, which will definitely fail. So there's just that. On this debate, I definitely stand in the no camp on that, but not strongly. Like, I think a vote on Medicare for All on the House floor could be one of the many tools used to try and push for Medicare for All broadly, even though it will fail. The reason I lean no is because no major organization that is for and has worked on Medicare for All these many, many years has come out in favor of this strategy. Not the Nurses Union, Physicians for Universal Health Care, and I look to them. I look to people who've actually put their bodies on the front line, who've done real work when it comes to moving the needle on this discussion, i.e. not YouTube. Sorry. There's some really good thought and tweet threads about this. A.D. Barkin, who obviously has been on the forefront of the Medicare for All movement. He is dying of ALS. He believes we need to do deep organizing and build district-to-district support, not necessarily top-down. Work that we haven't done yet. Dave Sirota wrote a great piece in the Jacobin basically outlining, hey, we changed the head of the Ways and Means Committee, like lots of other wonky ways that we can build support for Medicare for All. But the real thing to me, and I know not everyone agrees with this, but this is what I'm going to say. The real thing to me is where this entire discussion came from. It matters. It matters. Because 2 weeks ago, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez engaged in an online discussion brought up by an LA Charger, Justin Jackson, that basically was an ultimatum issued by the YouTube internet celebrity and headliner of Flappers Comedy Club, and pretty much only Flappers, Jimmy Dore. Jimmy Dore. And the ultimatum was, you better bring this or else you're not a real progressive, right? That is it. And when I saw this 2 weeks ago, I was like, I know exactly where this ends. I know exactly what is happening. And the reason that I know exactly how this ends and what is going to happen is because I've been in the crosshairs of Jimmy Dore and Jimmy Dore's trolls before. And part of the reason that I was actually because he called a friend of mine and journalist who we're going to have on this show very, very, very shortly, a CIA operative. An independent journalist in Syria calling him a CIA operative. You know how dangerous that is? CIA operative / ISIS / whatever the hell else he invented. And because I asked him to not call my friend, an independent journalist, a CIA operative, he then went off on me, calling me a piece of shit, a coward, to come on his fucking show. He just negged me. I think this is how he does things with women. He just negs them. Like, he probably just with his wife was like, oh, come on. Oh, you're too ugly to find someone else. Like, that's the energy. Or maybe it was, come on my show, babe, and then, like, marriage proposal. Serious, though. This is like the level of vitriol that he lobbed at me. You could see that on my Twitter feed, etc. So I knew, oh shit, this is a guy, not only, because it's not about me, I don't give a shit. It was funny, actually. It was hilarious how crazy he got. This is the guy who goes on Tucker Carlson's show, just giving a total hat tip to the right wing. He's denied Assad gas attacks in Syria. He's spread conspiracy theories about Hillary Clinton having pneumonia. He's burned bridges with so many people. And to the point where the woman who wrote the apology to me, get this, the apology to me that Jimmy was forced to issue when he went after me and Shane, I know that person, and he no longer talks. He didn't even write it himself. Somebody else did. Also, BT Dubs, he was on a vacation to Venice when he was berating me, and that's why he called me a page chill instead of a paid shill. A page chill. And I could just imagine him with like a plate of spaghetti on like a gondola being like, you are a page chill, come on my show, like, it's just fun. It's just fun. So it made sense then that 2 weeks later, after Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez actually engaged in this tweet from Justin Jackson about whether or not to bring a Medicare for All vote to the floor and whether or not that was a good idea, that Jimmy then went on his show and straight up made fun of her and called her stupid, quote, stupid, for engaging and taking the bait, and then called on his followers to, quote, hunt her. That she was so stupid that she actually took his bait, which he totally issued as bait, and then called her evil and called her standing against Medicare for All. That's right. This is someone who has been fighting to get us stimulus money. This is someone who goes out and actually is standing in lines to help feed people in her district with a mask on that says Medicare for All on. Yeah, no, that's all a ruse. That's all. She's evil, clearly. And that's how I knew it would end. I knew it would end with him saying, ha ha, you took the bait, fuck you. Because actually this isn't about Medicare for All. This isn't about him caring that people are losing their health care. This isn't about truly trying to be strategic and get a vote passed.
I'm believing her when I'm listening to her.
This is an effort to bait people.
Just so
this
pretty.
Is an effort to give him more clicks. This is an effort to make money, baby. And why? Because, and this is the last thing, I know I got to move on, because he's not accountable. And every one of us should be asking ourselves, whenever we listen to anyone speak about any topic, who are they accountable to? Do they have a workplace? Do they have a community organization? Do they have a deadline? Do they have an AA group? Do they have a dance company? Like, who gets in trouble if you mess up? Whose life is on the line if you fuck it up? Who gets hurt? Who holds you accountable? Who tells you when you're out of line? Who holds you? Who holds you accountable? Because let me tell you this, if you rock up to a Medicare for All meeting spouting the kind of vitriol that Jimmy Dore spouts, they will throw you the fuck out. And not because they're weak-libbed, but because that's not how progressives treat one another. Because that's not how you get things done. Because that's not how you build coalitions. That's not simply how you win.
It's not very diplomatic.
And many people will tell you that. Anyone who's successfully done anything will tell you that. Right? Look at our history of social movements. You don't win by going nuclear on people and baiting them to come on your show. That's not, MLK was just like, you better come on my show, you evil weakling. I don't know, was that his strategy? No, I think it was building mass movements. I think it was knocking doors. I think it was doing the shit that AOC's been doing.
Knocking on doors! People don't knock on doors, they knock doors. Right, get damn people to knock doors.
She's despised by Democrats in the House. Despised. She won't even get a committee appointment. And yet she's the enemy? I don't think so.
AOC is not the enemy.
So I knew it would end like this, and I'm fucking done with it. I'm sick of it. And I want to say that most of the online left is not actually accountable to real people struggling. There are some people who are, there are some people who are not. This is why I have activists and organizers and journalists on this show to hold us all accountable, to tell us what's going on in the streets, to tell us what's happening behind closed doors, to tell us about the meetings, to help us figure out where we can pressure folks.
I see.
Right?
But
you
you're
can't
close.
Be accountable, and I know some of you guys
you're
think,
close
well,
to
you're accountable to your audiences because you wouldn't get a following, right? If you wouldn't get a following if you were so terrible. You wouldn't get no. You get more of a following when you're terrible. You don't get held accountable by an audience because we're selling the audience. I'm not. I got 11,000 followers, baby. I don't got clout. I don't need this, and I don't want to need this. But if it were my only income, and if I were a bad faith actor, fuck, man, I'd take money from anybody, I guess. But that's not how I roll. So anyway, I just want to separate that and say it matters who you're accountable to. It matters whose lives are on the line when you spout bullshit. Lastly, I'm just going to end with this tweet, and I'm sorry this has gone on long, but former national organizer for Bernie Sanders, Claire Sandberg, tweeted something that I thought was really astute, which she says, what's most depressing about this protracted meltdown is that it reveals a broad assumption among many online leftists that individual politicians could save us if they only tried hard enough, and that Twitter bullying is organizing. And it's not, guys. organizing is organizing. And it's our job to lift those folks up. And
Twitter is communicating.
Them.
So
and that's
Twitter
not
can be
who's
a tool
behind
for
this current
organizing.
call right now. Doesn't mean it's wrong, but it matters where it comes from. All right, and with that, you guys, man, oh man, oh man. I hope it's all fine. It's all going to be okay. I just have to get that off my chest, and I feel better. I feel good. By the way, did I tell you this was a comedy show? And we have another comedian on this show. You've seen her on Comedy Central's Roast Battle. You can hear her each week on her podcast, 12 Questions, and she co-hosts Dave Yates she and co-host Dave Yates ask interesting people 12 questions about their journeys through life. Please welcome comedian Ana Valenzuela.
Hi!
What's going on?
Oh, girl, just surviving. I'm at a friend's house who's going through chemotherapy because our healthcare system is a nightmare, and it's just nice to have somebody around. So yeah, I'm just doing that, enjoying the holiday.
Yeah, getting all the cheer you can.
Yes.
My God, and I want to bring in also, because I name dropped him. He's a journalist and author known for his undercover reporting for Mother Jones magazine. You can read his book American Prison, which was listed as one of the New York Times 10 best books of 2018. He's won many awards, including the Harvard Goldsmith Prize for Investigative Reporting and the National Magazine Award for Best Reporting. And he recently beat my show News Broke out for a Webby, for which I will never forgive him. Please welcome Shane Bauer.
I didn't know that.
No, you know what? Though it's so sad because you guys ever DM the people who follow you who you're like, could you boost this?
Yeah.
Like, right. And how many? You only have a few. Like, you can only send that DM out like once a year to be like, could you boost this? For that Webby, I was like, anybody. I was like, please vote for me. And I knew that if I lost to Shane, it would be the only noble loss.
I'm glad you're taking it well. Would you like me to roast him? Robbing you? Okay. You definitely look like if Mr. Potato Head did IT.
I love this. One guest roast the other. My God, Shane. First you took it from Jimmy Dore, now Ana Valenzuela. Shit.
Yeah. I think I'm better with the roast on Twitter than live with a comedian.
I actually, it's so funny, I was thinking, what does Jimmy Dore call his fans? Like Jimmy Dorks? Or, like, what are they? Can we call them Jimmy Dorks? Can we call them
doorknobs? Like
doorknobs?
Yes, indeed. It's very sad. But anywho, that was what I was bitching about. But we always start the show off with a brief little, what are you bitching about? So, Anna, what are you bitching about now?
Okay, wow. All right, I had a serious one, but this is a serious show. Long-time listener, first-time potter. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to do something really silly. I grew up in the state of California in a town I was the diversity. No one taught me Spanish. My parents whitewashed me for my own protection. And I've been learning Spanish. One of the greatest sources I've been learning Spanish from has been TikTok, because I get fun slang. And I just learned about a new word, and I feel robbed. It's called largate, which is not just get out, but get out, fall down the stairs, enter a crevice, and then fall into the gates of hell. And I am obsessed. I want to yell it all the time. I watch the news. I'll be listening to NPR in the morning. Mitch McConnell will come on. I'll be like, largate! Like, it's just,
oh my God.
So that is, why do we think that not teaching children their language and their culture is going to protect them from racism and capitalism? Why do we think that? It's not, guys. It's not.
My mom never taught me Chinese at all. No Mandarin. Didn't get Italian from my dad. Pero hablo español ahora. But yeah, it's like yeah, because English is the language of money, and that means like in 10 years everyone's just going to speak Mandarin. So
Yeah, I'll learn Mandarin. You teach me Spanish. I'll teach you Mandarin, and then we'll figure it out.
Sounds good. Largate. I love it.
Okay.
That's how I feel about a lot of the online left. Largate.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Calm down, everybody. You're right. It is organizing. I just, not to brag, just signed up as a member of the DSLA. Hello.
Oh, nice.
And you know what? The thing about organizing, and I love what you said about accountability, the thing about organizing is it's not fighting with people on Twitter. And I'm in a 12-step community, and I got in a real rip-roaring fight with somebody. And they said, Anna, by putting them on blast, they could lose their job. And that's my accountability. If somebody pulled me aside and said, is this a spiritual thing to do? Is this going to make you happy? Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? So I hope that there's people out there doing that for other comedians.
Comedian leftists, we need 12-step, honestly, just for Twitter, for, letting go.
Yeah, just let it go. It's crazy. Yeah.
Shane Bauer, what are you bitching about?
Well, today in particular, I was bitching this morning about how much my head hurt after that E40 Too Short versus last night. I'm sure the viewers know what I'm talking about. It was nuts, but it was good because I think I've been really tired of the internet, and I've kind of just been off it. But I felt like the internet did a thing at the end of the year, at least for Oakland, by putting E40 and Too Short live on Instagram. It was just like the whole city was just going nuts in their living room.
Could you hear it out the window as well?
I don't know. I didn't. I mean, I had it blasting in my house. So, but I saw people around town were just in pumps. There's a lot of E40 and Too Short playing around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. But I think in the the more serious thing I've been bitching about is this stimulus plan. It's just infuriating, $600. It's just we could have, this country, COVID obviously is so bad here, we could have taken all this money that we dumped into banks, just pay people to stay home, and
right?
Things would be a lot better, but obviously that was not on the table.
What an idea, what an idea. What a common sense solution to a horrible problem. But you know what? You got your $600, so you know what you can do? You can buy one brake. You can't buy a set of brakes. You can buy one brake.
You can end half a windshield wiper.
Yeah.
No, it is. I mean, it's crazy because I think my grovel brain is well, it's better than nothing, and I'm like, what? Oh, it's awful. And it's gonna, if it's a one-time payment, Republicans are gonna be like, you got that one breadcrumb a few months ago. What are you talking about? If there's any more, oh, didn't that tie you over? Oh, well, you shouldn't have eaten it so fast. You gotta, break the breadcrumb into smaller breadcrumbs. That's what Jesus did, didn't he?
Yeah, I think they're just afraid of people gaining any sort of economic traction. How can they keep us divided? How can they keep us spending money on things to make us feel better if we have some sense of stability,
That's so true. Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, the way that corporations are going to use this as a reason for not being able to give us, paid sick leave, or the fact that they're broke, shut the fuck up. They're not broke. They've been making massive profits in this time. But yeah, it looks like it's going to almost be a done deal. So we'll see. We'll have to be somehow happy for it, but we deserve way more. It's almost like they want revolution. That's what I wanted to say. It's like they want us to make guillotines.
I think so. And just remember, guys, a sword is a guillotine you can take wherever you want. Guy decapitated his landlord with a sword, and I'm just saying that swords are just mobile guillotines. Just grab one and start making some changes in the world.
We are going to be talking about ISIS a little bit later in the program. All right, well, let's get into this week. Looking back, what happened this week? What do you need to know? We're making fun of it all. This is the week where. Okay, this was the week where Pfizer rolled out its COVID-19 vaccine, and so did a very clear pecking order, with nurses and healthcare workers being among the first to receive it, and next, extremists and war criminals like Mitch McConnell, Marco Rubio, Lindsey Graham, Prime Minister of Israel Bibi Netanyahu, and Rupert Murdoch.
No.
And now, I think I'm an anti-vaxxer, you guys. I think, or like maybe I just hope there's some side effects to the vaccine, you know, like some secret ingredient, like it leads to things like basic human empathy or death. Like I'm fine with also that, maybe. Meanwhile, if you guys didn't hear this, wealthy patients are reportedly trying to bribe hospitals and doctors to get the vaccine. Concierge doctors who work in boutique practices, which I didn't even know was a thing that I hate, have been calling hospitals daily. One administrator in LA said that someone tried to offer him $25,000. This is like healthcare Coachella for the ultra-wealthy. It's COVID-chella. Have I mentioned I'm for Medicare for all? What the fuck? Oh, my God. Let's work to make it happen. Meanwhile, I haven't been to the doctor all year, and probably when I eventually do get a pap smear, the results will just be vodka. Like, oh my God! Is this uterus a bag of wine? Oh my Lord! Oh my God! Yeah, I mean it's so conflicting. How did you guys feel when you saw all these heinous people getting the vaccine in their pale ass arms?
Well, for me, I knew this. I mean, I'm not shocked. I'm really not shocked because, you know, we knew that resources in this country go to the wealthy first, you know, and if they're not supposed to, they'll figure out a way to do so, you know, and maybe, it's just my generous assumption that some of these dickbags will get it and they'll stop pushing the propaganda that getting it will make an arm grow out of your head or cause all sorts of problems.
Yeah.
I cannot believe how many people in my world are questioning getting the vaccine. Just get it. The mRNA research for vaccines has been out for 20 years, and so they just rushed this, but it's most likely not going to have a ton of side effects. And you know what? Corona does. So just take the fucking vaccine and give it. I mean, not only should healthcare workers get it first, but the frontline workers who work in grocery stores, who work in drug and alcohol treatment. I have a friend who has COVID from administering COVID tests to patients as a therapist in a drug and alcohol treatment center. It's bananas. So, yeah, I just, you know, I mean, I hope all of their teeth fall out and hair grow in its place for taking those vaccines away from actually useful people. But, you know, I had a feeling this was going to happen.
Yeah. Maybe we can send Mitch McConnell and Marco Rubio to, like, work in Target and we could just do a little swap skis, and the Target workers can help negotiate, like, an actual, you know, stimulus plan that will help people.
I cannot wait to see Mitch McConnell in one of those bright red shirts, you know, with all of his weird, patchy, half-dead skin.
Oh, my God. Be the greeter.
Oh, welcome to Target. I don't know where anything is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be hiding out. Shane, what did you make of this? Are you... All Congress got it, you know, and, like, I get that, but also so did a lot of people who've been naysaying the entire coronavirus writ large. The fact that we're focusing on it too much, as Marco Rubio once said. Oh, we lost Shane. Oh, no, Shane! Shane, we're left.
Okay, I'm going to try to say something really intelligent yet Oaklandy. Okay, that Mexican food in the Bay is not as bad as I think it is. It's just the burritos are better than the tacos. Okay, here's back. Okay.
Wow, shots fired against Mexican food in the Bay. But you might be right. Can you hear us, Shane?
Yeah. I dropped out, but I heard some shit talking about Bay Area Mexican food.
I will fight in the streets. I
do miss a good taqueria Cancun burrito, though. Oh.
No, the best tacos are in Oakland.
No,
True.
tacos are an LA game, baby.
LA tacos are good, but not as good as the Oakland ones.
You know what? You're being
But San Francisco is better on the burritos. I mean, just for the Bay Area, you know.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I don't think San Francisco really is close, to be honest.
No, probably.
All right, well, I'm going to move on to our next topic because it's too painful to think about Mitch McConnell getting the COVID vaccine.